Hey everyone, Steve here, and in this video I'm checking out these tiny 8BitDo 02 wireless Bluetooth controllers. So as you can see here holding in my hand, these are very small 6-button gamepads that are compatible with a few platforms, namely the Switch, Windows, macOS and Android right out of the box. But I'm sure if you have the right adapters you can use them on other things as well. And just for fun I thought I would grab two. I can hold them in my 3 fingers like this, right in the box, so they'll be even smaller than that. And let's just have a look. I've got the yellow and turquoise ones here, but there is also a pink one that I didn't grab. Nothing fancy about the packaging that I've started to open, just a picture of the controller on the front and a little bit more detail about its compatibility on the back. Inside you get the controller itself in nice vacuum formed plastic. We have a USB charging cable, the manual, and a nice little lanyard for the controller, which is pretty cool. Or I guess not a lanyard, but a wrist strap. But this is completely rubber and I don't know if that's my hair or some weird factory hair. But anyways, let's just ignore that. And then the controller itself, which is absolutely tiny. Now, for comparison, here is an Xbox One controller, and this controller isn't even as wide as the distance between the hand grips. So that's the kind of size we're dealing with here. Let's have a quick read of the manual. So this is the 8BitDo 02 Bluetooth Gamepad. This is how you pair it with the different systems, battery, power saving, and support. Whoops, I left out the actual controller diagram and how to use it on Switch. So for Switch mode is what I'll be testing on today. And you have to press Y and start, and then the blue LED will blink 4 times. And there are a few button combinations to get the other buttons that you will be missing out on, because as we can see, all it is a D-pad, 6 action buttons, and select and start. Little space for the lanyard here. Oh, there we are. It's already written there how to turn it on for the different modes, so that's good. You can charge via 5 volts DC at 500 milliamps. There we are. Nice micro USB there. Nice little tack switches for the shoulder buttons, and everything else is probably just a membrane contact. Let's see what this yellow one looks like in comparison. There we are. Nice yellow one with a little bit of weird schmutz on it, but whatever. And here we have the 2 lanyards again. So I am recording this in December of 2021. Don't know when this video is going to come out, but yep, December 2021, and these have been out for a few years at this point. I'm not sure about these ones, whether or not they're going to have any charge. I'm just going to leave them charged for about 20 minutes and then we'll get back to it. But actually before that, I realized these have a small plastic film on them, as you can kind of see here between the select and start buttons. So let's try and peel that off. At least I hope it's a plastic film that I can peel off and not just some weird protective layer that I'm damaging. There we are, we can see it is a film. Ooh, this one does have battery. All right, I'm just going to charge these up for a bit and then we'll test them soon. Okay, so I've gone ahead and charged both the yellow and turquoise 8BitDo 02 controllers, and I've also attached their respective lanyards. Now, just for reference, when you put this lanyard on, even though it is pretty useful in case you accidentally drop it and because it's so small, it is a bit restrictive. So if the lanyard's up high on my wrist like that and I want to play, I can only hold the controller about this far. Whereas if I take the lanyard off, I'm free to move around and kind of shift my hands around it. So that's just for reference. It is useful if you want to attach it to something, or if you have, I guess, little kids or relatives that play with this but tend to drop things. As you can see, my Switch is plugged into this monitor and just turned off in the background, so I'll turn it on again. And just between you and me, this is the second time I'm actually filming this segment with the testing because I forgot to press record. But anyways, to pair this, again, it says on the back, for Switch, we will need to press Y and the power button, which actually just happens to be the start button. So there we are, pressed Y and the start button and it is now paired. Works totally fine on the Switch. And let's just test the buttons out and see what we have. Okay, so testing the buttons. Now the first thing off the bat is that this D-pad is acting as an analog stick, which is why it's not showing up. But in terms of the action buttons, Y is Y, X is X, A is A, B is B. On the top left we have L, on the top right we have R, so no ZL or ZR. We have minus and plus, and then again to go home we'll be pressing select and down. The quick home menu will pop up. We'll exit out of this. And to prove that this D-pad is the analog stick, here we are. So it's a digital input, but being encoded to the Switch as an analog stick. Now there are a whole bunch of games I could play with this, but I would need something that only needs either the D-pad or the analog stick. So why don't I play Guilty Gear XX Accent Core plus R? So by default, the controls here should pretty much work, but I will need to change something. So punch is fine, kick is fine, slash, heavy slash, dust is here, but respect, which is basically taunting, is tied to ZR, which we don't have. So I'll just need to change it there and then we should be good to go. So I'll just play some arcade mode, just stick with Soul. Again, my hands seem to be quite close together. So let's see if I can get my inputs right. Whoops, accidentally pressed start, so that's clearly going to be an issue sometimes, depending on how big your thumbs are. If you're kind of like mashing, this is a great way to mash all 4 buttons at the same time, I'll be honest. Whoa, cool. Bandit revolver. Nice. Whoa, nice. Air combos. Oh god, come on, what the hell? Oh god, missed. Nice, got him. Anyways, so controller is perfect for Guilty Gear. Let's go home, press down and start. Oh god, why isn't that working? Oh, it's down and select, my bad. Let's try something else. So given that this D-pad is an analog stick, technically, you can play it with Super Mario 64 via the All-Stars collection or the Nintendo Switch Online experience, but it isn't going to work perfectly because you're not going to have all your camera buttons, and as you'll see, we're not actually even going to be able to crouch, but I'll just show you quickly. So you see here, we are able to move in Super Mario 64 via the Nintendo Switch Online experience. You can change cameras because we have R. I don't know if L does anything. All right, it'll center the camera, obviously. We can punch, do whatever this is. Oh, I guess this is like left C or something. So we can punch and jump, but we can't crouch, and we don't have all of our camera controls. We also don't have ZL, which would bring up the in-game kind of Nintendo Switch Online menu. So it's not a perfect solution in any regard, really. But just wanted to show you that it does work because we do have this fake analog input, but that does mean you can't actually walk. But what this controller is probably pretty good for are Super Nintendo games via the online experience. So I'll load up Super Metroid because that's the only game I can think of off the top of my head that uses all 6 buttons. So we can jump, we can shoot, we can aim up and down. Gotta be honest, I don't remember what B and Y are gonna do in this case. But we can also select weapons with select. And yeah, what a nice, neat little controller for Super Nintendo games, eh? I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Whatever. Anyways guys, that'll do it for this quick unboxing and test of the 8BitDo 02 really tiny wireless Bluetooth controllers. Again, only 6 action buttons, but you know, just choose your games right and you'll be fine. These are quite convenient, really, for on the go, or if I guess you have anyone with quite tiny hands in your life. They are definitely a little bit of a novelty, but I mean, they look really cute. They come in 3 colors. I don't have the pink one here. But who knows, I probably am going to actually tear one of these apart and use it for a mod in the future. There's just a lot of potential here because, you know, they've got a battery, they've got micro USB charging, they've got 6 action buttons, and they're natively compatible with quite a lot of things. So there's definitely a lot of potential to make use of these. But that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about these, please leave a comment down below and I'll answer as much as I can. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could like it. And if you're not already, I would love to have you as a subscriber to my channel. And be sure to check out some of my other videos there as there's a lot to see. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.